do. And when we're in a place where we feel like we can't forgive and we're holding on to anger and hate, in essence, we are taking poison pills of anger and hatred, and it's really hurting us, and it's really not hurting the other. Or it could, if we're like lashing out, it could actually cause them harm as well. But the point is, no matter what happens to us, we can choose to show up with love for ourselves. A traumatic thing happens. Whoa, I did not deserve that. What am I learning from this situation? I love myself no matter what happened. I am a beautiful person. I deserve good. I deserve love. And this human, though they hurt me and though this was off and it was out of alignment, I will remove myself from them. I may have to stand up and testify in court against what they did. There may be a lot that I'm called to do or to embody my courage and my power, but I can do that with love. I can be loving for myself, and I can still forgive and release the anger from that experience so that that human will be on their way to heal in their own time, and I can heal myself. But I don't need to hate them. And I feel like we're taught to hate. That's not a natural response in us. Really, we're taught that. We're taught by when we're little, we see our parents hating others and talking bad about other people and thinking that that's unforgivable. And we go to religions that say this is unforgivable and you're going to go to hell and it's a sin. We're taught that. But in our true nature, in our true divinity, we are love and we are light. And that is our highest alignment. That is our highest response to anything. And so if you start to show up, laws of attraction again, if we start to show up with that love, we are going to attract more of it. So you see where this is going? It's the perfect direction for where you really want to go. No matter how evil the ex-husband was, no matter how hurtful that coworker was, no matter how vengeful that ex-best friend was, you send them love anyway, and you rise, and you choose differently, and you learn lessons, and you draw in higher vibrational humans and higher vibrational experiences because you refuse to show up with anything but love. It serves your life, and then you become this like amazing shining light beacon of love vibration that anyone in your midst can feel the frequency of it, and they're just the ones who will, want to help and assist you. They're going to just be summoned in like, I just want to be near you. I have clients and family and friends who've said that, like, I just like to be near you, Tanya, like just hanging out with you. I feel awesome. Like I just feel empowered after a talk with you on the phone for an hour. And I'm like, awesome. Like that makes me feel fulfilled and happy to know that that vibrational frequency is actually supporting a fellow sister or brother and helping them remember how beautiful they are, how powerful they are, and how lovable they are. So we'll pause again. Anybody want to call in?
Ron is saying, what if a white man shoots 9 black people in a church? Mm-hmm. And then he adds, all I heard on the media and in the courtroom were family members of the deceased forgiving the shooter. Wow.
Yeah. And what a beautiful, I'm glad Braun brought that up because what a beautiful, like, public experience that's going on. Like, this is getting a lot of publicity, but what a beautiful way that these humans are showing what they live, and that no matter what happened, they're not saying it was right and it was traumatic and it was terrible and tragic, but they are refusing to become the hateful energy because hateful energy came in and it projected anger and fear and harm to someone. They don't have to participate in that. They can see what happened and they can send love to that person, even if that person has to go to jail and has to have a consequence for their action. The humans that were there that day don't need to hate them. And it's a huge thing that we're here to evolve because for so long, like I said, we were taught way back in the day to like go out in the streets and watch them get stoned or go to the guillotine. And it's like a public thing. And I've always, when I watch that in movies, I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like that is so off to like take pleasure in someone being tortured. I don't understand it. But we've been taught that. We've been taught to show up with anger and, yeah, cut off his head. He deserves to suffer. Like if you watch the movie The Green Mile, there's the family that comes in and they're like, you need to burn in hell for what you did. And they're so angry and they're crying. But no matter how much they hate that person, it doesn't make them feel better, and it doesn't bring back their children. But if they love themselves and they can send love and forgive that person, they can heal the loss of that experience. They can heal it and they can rise above it. And that is how we love ourselves. That is how we actually transcend any experience into a higher experience of love.
Well, I added a comment there and I said, I wonder how they really feel inside, though. It's very easy to go to in front of the media and say, oh, we forgive, but how, do they really feel like that inside? I think it's easier said than done.
There's definitely a lot of awareness needed to do this, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ron added, was there response from the heart or to not cause another uprising of riots, and National Guard gassing protesters? One thing is to show to the media how we feel. Another thing is what we feel when we are with ourselves, and I'm sure
you can't lie about that. Like really, you can't hide from yourself.
I think if they put the survivors and the shooter in a ring, there's not going to be love there. There's going to be a lot of beating up.
And that could be true, but the thing is that really this is where we can get distracted with like what we think they've got going on,
right?
But what do we have going on?
Right.
That's the save time. So like if we can see that that can be forgiven and we stay aligned in ourselves, that's great. There's going to be times that people are going to say stuff and you're going to vibrationally feel that they're full of crap. You know what I mean? They're going to say words that sound pretty, but you can just feel in the energy there's no love here. And that's okay. That's like the process. That's where they are right now. But them saying that and stating that intention is in the right direction of healing. And honestly, only those people know when they're alone with themselves and if they're harboring anger and hate, they know it because it's making them uncomfortable. Yep. And that's where really every one of us have to do this work ourselves, because I can be saying stuff that sounds pretty, but if I'm harboring hate, then I'm going to be struggling no matter what I say. You know, like this is the thing with like celebrities. You see people saying a lot of things that sound pretty, but they're not really being authentic. And last night when we were talking about all this, what it got down to is the root alignment of everything I feel in our lives comes down to being authentic, being true to self. If I can be true to myself, and maybe being true to myself at this moment says, you know what? I have love for you, but I am really challenged at this moment to feel like I want to say loving things to you because you have pissed me off. And so I can be honest about that, and I can be honest about I feel like you have done me wrong, but I still can choose to release you and to forgive you as a soul and realize that you are exactly where you need to be in your learning, and you're exactly where you need to be in your consciousness, and I'm where I am in mine. And if I can stay in that place where I can be honest and have integrity, I can heal that. But if I try to pretend that I'm fake and I say, oh, I forgive him, you know, I just forgive everybody. But then when I'm alone, I'm like, oh, I'm so pissed. But I can't let them know. I think this is what happens to a lot of celebrities, is they've got this expectation to look like something and appear like something. But they don't feel like really permission to be who they are. And this is one thing you'll never see me doing, because I feel like I may have people that love me today for what I'm saying, and tomorrow they hate me for what I'm saying. I don't really care, because I'm going to be authentic. And I'm going to say authentically what I feel. And one day, maybe what I authentically, passionately feel may shift in 6 months, and I will even be more awake and aware. That's the healing. That's the journey. So if we can all love ourselves, we can realize we're all evolving, and we can all grow and blossom at our perfect time. But setting the intention to show up with love is going to be powerful. So if these people truly mean that, that's really about them. But it's beautiful if they do, and if it's genuine, they're being beautiful mirrors of that and teaching that in action. and the people around them will know because they'll feel it. And if they're saying it just to sound pretty on the media, the people around them will know because they'll feel it. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Cool. So I was going to read, go ahead.
No, that's it. You go ahead.
Okay. I was actually going to read, I got the most, like I get clients will write me testimonials all the time, and I recently got one from a girl, and she was like, I want to write you a testimonial, but it's like been over a month, and I would just like figure whenever they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And she wrote me, and she's finally like, I had to just feel the words I need to say, and I really needed to process this. And I'm like, awesome. And so I got this today, and it actually made me cry. It was so beautiful. And so I wanted to read it publicly, and not for any ego reasons, but from my heart with gratitude, and to just share with you her personal experience and how maybe you may relate to that. And if so, perhaps that's why we're connecting, is there is some deeper healing work to do. But she wrote me, and she put, good afternoon, lovely. She said, I just returned from an amazing spirit journey. The angels have spoken through me, and now I have a testimonial for you. Transformation and rebirth through love, light, and the angels. I cannot express how grateful I am to Tanya Love and the angels for assisting me on my spiritual journey. About 3 months ago, I was in the process of soul searching and finding my true self. I was given guidance to attend her Sacred Women's Circle, and I was very fortunate that she did not get as many RSVPs as usual for her that day. Just a few beautiful souls who were feeling the call. But sometimes she gets as many as 20 people or more that can show up. Because of this, she was able to spend one-on-one time with me, and she offered me one of her mini clearing and healing sessions. My cords were cut, other people's unwanted energy that was still attached to my soul, and I was able to clearly see the source of the pain in my life. I had something that had been holding me back my entire life, and this was the first time that I was ever able to clearly see it. Tanya and the angels helped me to heal a deep-seated trauma that had occurred just prior to my birth in this incarnation. After this, she helped me call back all of my soul parts of my soul back to myself in this current incarnation. I literally felt my soul returning into the sacred space of my heart. There was a sudden deep inhale, like when you've been underwater for a very long time and you first come up for air, which what a great way to express that. From that moment, the angels came to me and began assisting me in my daily life. It took a few weeks for this to become apparent, as I needed time to process everything that had happened. Synchronicities started to happen continuously and kept increasing over these last few months. Everything from seeing repeating number sequences every day over and over, like 111, 222, and etc., to having wild animals approach me with kindness, no fear, in nature, to having times at the river when butterflies would land on me over and over during the course of a few hours. My interactions with everyone became more informed. It just makes me want to cry. Sorry, I'm like, because this stuff to me is like it touches my soul to know that this human has been touched so deeply. Like, sorry, I don't want to cry, but like, it's seriously, I'm just like, my interactions with everyone became more informed, and now I've been able to increase the power of my own meditations and the Reiki healing that I do. During this process, I lost a job that was no longer serving me, only to land the job of my dreams. That's awesome. The icing on the cake is that I was able to communicate directly with the angels myself during a recent healing retreat out in nature. I sent out my prayers for healing the earth and all of her creatures. Now in my everyday experience, I am personally witnessing the healing of all those I love around me, my family and my close friends. We are all healing in this process, and it is beautiful to watch it unfold. I don't believe I could have ever reached that wonderful place of peace and bliss in my life without the help of this made me cry, without the help of Tanya Love and the angels. She was able to bring back to life something deep within myself that I thought was lost forever. I am eternally grateful and humbled to this experience and to all of my future experiences. Thank you so much, Tanya. It is so amazing the work that you do. Infinite blessings, Raina. So I just had to share that. It was just so beautiful. And I was just like, Raina, thank you. And I am so honored and so grateful for what you've chosen and that you